Okay, so we'll try this one more time. I tried narrating before and found out that I had my mic turned off in the recorder editor, so I'll have to do this again. At any rate, this track is a 3-mile oval with really just two large 30-degree bank turns. It's a pedal stomper all the way around. I got in late. I qualified almost last at 13. I don't know where they were finding their speed, but I only had like 4 laps in this thing before it started. I just got it up and running, and I really didn't expect it, but this is with the VR headset. If you recall before, this is about as much area as you had, in the entire screen before with being able to see. With a VR headset, you can look over here. There's fire extinguishers down there. For whatever reason, I was not taking a tour of the inside of the car while we were hauling down the runway. Too much flying. Down the straightaway. But at any rate, so let's get going. Pace car just came off. I'm currently like in 13th position. It is not this quiet in the car for some reason. It didn't do it that way, but do a couple laps in this view. Now, typically, I would have never seen that car. There would have been a side mirror right here, and I might have just seen them. I usually was relying on the noise. Now I can actually, without even turning my head, I can see them. Now I don't really think I kept my head this straight, so I don't understand the connection between the VR headset and what's going on, because there's no way I could have kept my head that straight. At any rate, so we're now 1 lap into it. Let's do something like a helicopter view, get an idea of the cars, get an idea of the track. I don't know how to get rid of this stuff, so it's just going to have to stay there. So this is like the 6th lap on this track, and then I was trying to see how the cars were feeling, etc., etc. I don't have a problem not hanging back or racing for last for that matter, so I was just hanging back for a little bit, finding where the grooves were, finding where the marbles were, finding out that in the corner, if you cross this crease that is before the yellow line, it's going to just yank you right up into the corner when you try to come back. At any rate, so let's see about that was one of the models. You hear that little poof? That's when I shifted back into fifth, right there. So I was watching in the preview the other guys' gigs. They get up to speed, drop it in the fifth, and just left it there. But I was noticing that if I dropped it in the fourth, I could actually, what I remember, I could actually keep my speed higher. Now eventually in this train, we're going to get to like 198, 199, and we could have caught them. We could have, if we just kept doing this, but they started scattering. 2 cars high, 2 cars low. Why that guy didn't follow that guy is beyond me. We could have caught them, because after this group broke up, they just took off on us. Me and the 7 car actually wound up racing together the entire race once I got around them, but and we were gaining, but too little, too late. If we had another 10 laps, we could have got it. And I didn't change the card number on the computer yet. And we just racked them through whatever. But when these guys were going high, I suspect they were doing it to save their tires. But I was like, it's 15 laps. Burn those suckers. You ain't gonna burn those tires off in 15 laps. So even if you lost half, you know, if you can stay down, you know, that's the fast way around at the bottom. So get on down there. This is where I passed the 7 car. He dove in behind me and stuck there the entire rest of the race. Somewhere. Or not. But we're 5 laps in and still at position 13. So, unlike the other one, when you look at the cockpit, you don't see the steering wheel. You don't see it going back and forth. You do in the VR. Well, I guess you do. I guess it's just the view. You can see his hands moving. It's covered up by this thing. I don't know how to make it go away. There's a cool move. See, these guys keep going high, and I was like, after a couple laps, you know, I was just like, well, obviously I can go faster being on the low side, so it's like, well, all I gotta do is get my pace, get up behind them, then pass them underneath. And this guy, from here on out, he just stuck to my bumper. Which was good, because if we fell away, like these guys, like this, they ain't gaining no speed, so we just kept training them, and after a while, not to spoiler alert or anything, but we did get them. So, you know, they're bobbing around, and this car's just like doink. And I think that's the VR headset, making it so much easier to drive. I mean, just the slightest left or right, you can see it coming and compensate for it. This is like on rails. Crank it up, crank it up! I think this guy figured out that together we were going to pass them. So he just got up behind and said, you know what, later Gator. So did that guy, and why he didn't stick with him is beyond me. Because when we went low, he went high sooner or later in here, and never saw him again. If he'd stayed there, they might have got the idea and fell in behind him, but they all wanted to be up front, so it's like, no. And then there he goes. He's just not. If he would have stayed behind number 7, and now he's lost the train. Good luck catching back up. You lose that draft, forget it. We're gone. And it wasn't until like somewhere right in here I started realizing that that guy was doing a really good job. So I started dropping low, and he actually did. There he is. He's like, oh, okay. So he's getting a little bit of side draft off him and behind me, and he was insistent that that was the better group. He's like, oh, maybe not. Because he'd already lost their draft. So it was over for him. And if we get any further ahead, he's just going to keep losing ground. But don't touch that line. It's all over. finally got ahead of these guys, and it was over by then. It was like, see ya. Lap 10, 5 laps to go. Staying down low and just kept pulling away. So that was fun. But still, we're in the high 180s when, if you recall in the beginning of the race, these 5 cars could have got up to 200 miles an hour. But for whatever reason, they just could not accept the fact that, I don't know, maybe they couldn't run up front, so they were going to separate themselves, or the high side was the fast side, but we were proving that the low, short way around was faster. So with no communication for whatever reason, couldn't really tell the guys, like, hey, I'm going to choose, to stay on the low side or mid-track, or, low in the corners, against the wall. So if you do it repeatedly, they get it, and then they'll know exactly where you're going to exit. And because last time I exited, I stayed next to the line, and he started, you can see it. But that was my fault anyways. Bye. From the 4 laps to go. Here's the next car we want to catch. Can they do it? Can they do it? Turning good laps though. 56 is pretty darn fast around here in the draft. And the problem with those guys is they also got mixed up breaking up the draft. So the leaders we started catching the leaders, and if we had 10 more laps, we would have caught them, which would have been really great. But yeah, wasn't to be. But we did far better than 9th, I'll tell you that. This view you can't really tell, but we are getting close. Because the VR judges your height in the car, you can actually either sit up higher and see more in front of you right here, or if you crunch down in your seat a little bit, the sky opens up so you can see. Like what I was doing is I was scrunching down just a little bit in the turn so I could see further into the turn. Because like that right there, it's hard to judge. I mean, just follow the line, right? But 2 laps to go. Let's go into the car chase mode. This was great. It really was. I'm going to put this in chopper view, because there's a move this guy does up here that is just, for us two, was spectacular, and I'm glad he noticed what happened. So we're going to exit the turn high, right? We got some smash on him. Tries to block. Goes for the block. He slows down when we slide over like that. This guy's like, man, I cannot gain on this guy, and he dives back down. And then he was like, nope, I can't get in. He's like, okay, bye. And after that, we were gone. And that little bobble they do to the outside, you lose so much speed doing that rather than just holding your line. And you can see we just kept pulling away. Further and further away. Currently in 5th. 2 too far ahead, but we were catching them. Oh, look at this. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me put this on gyro. Watch this. Gyro stabilized, right? So it keeps everything away. Funny. So while I was messing with that, check this out real quick. Coming out of the turn, watch number 7. So I knew eventually, you know, somebody's going to try to make a move, right? So I did what I kept doing is I kept to the low side and then just popped out and broke the air up, which it couldn't have been better timing, and broke up his air because he was going to try and blow by me. So I'm staying low, so I can't go that low, right? And then it was just like, aha! Slowed him down just enough because he dives down to the game over, man. Game over. So that was the race. So that was kind of fun. And I just kept it floored because I was going to come in and pit. Actually, I think I did. But anyways, that's it. Fun race.